QQQ is trying to break MHP up. Hold on. QQQ is getting there. Man, all that stuff on Qs here. MHP break to the upside can be in every single time long trade on Qs. You guys know how much we love those. It's MHP break potential. I mean, we're like right on the fence here. God, that is... Do I take the MHP long? I can. Small trade only. MHP break to the long side, just a bet. So EST trade, we know this one right here, tie break bear bull. I take this trade every single time. Under ideal conditions, this trade has about a 90% chance. This is not ideal conditions. This is about a 60% play. It's kind of like a coin flip. So I'm going to tap with one contract. The R&R on this one is roughly a 2-to-1 trade. So we get 80 points on NASDAQ with about a 40-point stop on the rebreak down to the downside. So you guys know me. I take these EST trades all the time. Not a terrible setup to run on this one. And again, we have DD band right here, which is going to be the one problem we get. But 80 points would be not a bad little play. And I will literally close out when I get the 80 points from here. So roughly from the bottom of this 950 candle right here, about 80 points from there. So 773. Okay. That's it, 773. And I'm out. It's going to try to sell off from here, though, so we got to be very careful, you guys. I'm going towards my 100K profit today with Tradeify. Every day trying to get better and better and better. Farther ahead on this one. I love it. Just one contract. That's it. EST through the box. Resilience is positive, which can assist this trade going further, at least to half gap. A couple more green candles and I'll close this out. So today, like I said, we go all the way to the bull side. And I usually close this one. But it's going to try to sell. Like, let's not on our toes here. It's going to try to sell. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna try to sell. So I can take some pretty nasty hits on this one. I'm betting again. There's gonna be some possible drawdown on this, so I am waiting. Taking a break trade is usually a very risky play in this downside move. So this, like I said, 60%. It's a coin flip at this point, but I put one contract on it just to take it easy. If this shit sells, it sells. So but every attempt it makes at the green, I'll take it. So 60% is not the it's not a super high probability trade, which I just threw one contract at it. Nothing big at all. So roughly 60% chance that this play will take off and play. I do this trade every single time. Can argue with some good setups here, though. Which one are you? That's the second attempt to go and fail. Still watching this one. I don't think I like it. So participate in the giveaway. All you have to do is be here. We're gonna draw. We're gonna do a random drawing, and all you have to do is be here. That's it. 11:30 giveaway today, baby. Don't forget to like and sub to the channel, you guys. Find that MHP break here. I mean, it's not a terrible setup. I mean, it's definitely worth taking for that big push there. But my confidence in this trade is very low. So this is like 60% is not the highest confidence. It's like a coin flip confidence. So I just put one contract, keep my risk small. If the confidence is low, the risk is small. And that's the best way to kind of set up risk management on this one. This is a very, 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 very risky play from here. It can immediately start selling really hard. So I'm not excited about it. I'm gonna get a nice little, like a tiny little bump up. And from there we should be good. So by the way, guys, is the music too loud, or should I turn it down, turn it up? Let me know, because I'm on my laptop today. All right, elevator. Always, dude. I stream from an elevator like every single day. All right, going for that 773 push. We're going to go straight up to bull zone. I like that trade setup there. Pretty good. I'm hitting it pretty clean with most of my accounts here. I'm digging it. I'm loving it like McDonald's. A little bit more. Hit that half gap. We're going to go right up into 0.4, 16 more points higher than this. Right about 40, yep, right about 58 is going to, or 58.60 is going to be that final little bump at half gap. So 58 and 60, look at that, 58s and 60s, baby, 58s and 60s. Stream here. Let me turn this music down a little bit. So at 11:30 Eastern, we will do, usually we do our giveaways. We'll probably do it a little earlier today since I'm kind of traveling, but sounds like elevator music. Yeah. No, it's like, you know, it's the vibe. It's to kind of take it chill, take it easy. Take a look at the ratio here is 49. Like I said, risky play. 60% chance. 773. This is the second fail of this. I probably should close out. 773 is that move. Yeah, it's not going to do it. I have about 60% confidence in this one. But we got to take EST, right? It's the trade we always EST every single time. Ratio's getting closer to greater than half, though. MHP breaks are pretty solid here. Boy, that's a fight here. I'm not a big fan of this setup. I'm just looking for here to here. That's a second push on EST. Resilience is now negative, though, in the S&P, so that's actually not the best. I probably should close this out before it gets worse. Yep, closing it out. I'm going to close out on this. Res is negative, so I'm not going to take the attempt anymore. I probably am in the wrong setup, but hey, risk management there. Res is negative here, which means resistance on half gap is probably the key. So what I'm doing is I'm going to close out before it gets any worse. I don't think we're going to get the break. So let's see how fucking good I am at trading. Let's see if I'm right. I'm closed. I'm fully flat across the board, fully flat. Let's see if I'm right. I don't want to take the risk here anymore. The market is starting to lose its integrity. 2 pushes here, half gap resistance, res less than 0. We're going to sell. Tell me if I did good. Pat me on the back, guys. I did awesome. Uh, 17. I'm up like maybe like $500 or $600 total. 3 of my accounts were winners, 2 of my accounts were losers. So I'm still up, barely up though. I'm gonna let this one kind of play for pat. Yep. 467 people. Wow, you guys, I love it. We're getting closer to the 500 mark. At 500, we give away Tradeify straight to funded accounts. I've got a couple of those to give away, and I'm going to tell you guys something. If we sustained 500 plus going forward every day, and you guys are watching our stream, live trading, fully transparent, do all my call outs here. You guys can see everything I do. I'm probably the most accomplished futures trader on YouTube. I've won contests. I placed in the Robbins Cup. I've done a lot of stuff that these people only dream they can do. And I'm glad you guys stick here and hang out and watch us trade. We will, if I get 500 plus and we go to 600, 700,000. I mean, we had like 80 people watching us 2 months ago. We have completely grown 6 times our size. I will start buying funded accounts for you guys. I will literally buy you guys trading accounts. I don't mind. I was talking to the guys at Tradeify, and they were like, let's go out some straight to fundeds. And you know what I told them? I said, would you guys be against me buying a straight to funded account for my viewers every single day? Like me just buy one and give it out. They're like, yeah, we'd love for you to do that actually. So imagine my dream is to give out a funded account every day that I paid for. Even the ones they don't give me to give you. Like I just buy them for you guys. And just do it for fun. Victor will eventually win. That's my ultimate goal. What is Rocket Scooter? Rocket Scooter is a trading platform that is in the world of the gamma exposure software category. The difference, what gamma exposure is we look at the landscape of options to find actionable pivots. Options tell you where somebody's going to long and how much and at a point in time. We can do all the math to balance where that pressure is going to come from, that longing and shorting pressure. Gives you actionable pivots. Now, any more complex way to describe what Rocket Scooter actually is that we can identify through math where bulls and bears are predominantly winning in the trading world. Bull zones and bear zones show you the split on where bulls are dominant and bears are dominant based on trades against market makers. What our technology does specifically is we extract from the overall options landscape dealer positions, zero risk, neutral hedged options positions that we know belong to market makers and dealers. With that being said, we can identify and isolate where automated hedging will likely be, and therefore high volume pivots. The reason I have tie break bull or bear, that this pivot that we're dancing at right now is the pivot that matters to break or make this market. because this is the maximum gamma exposure of all market makers on the monthly options expiring today. That's what this is. Hey mom, I got a funded account from watching a stream. Now, a third attempt at the DD ratio, banned with the DD ratio less than half. I am not taking this trade. I am not taking this chase. Now, I could have been wrong. It might hit that 773 target. But with res extremely negative, we're hitting it a third time right here. Res is extremely negative, and I think we'll probably sell off from here. So I'm glad I'm on the sidelines here, you guys. It's probably resilience is more negative even from here. We are likely to sell off now. I'm going to delete my trade setup because I don't think it's going to happen. And we are likely to continue to sell from here with a less prominent resilience. The MHP break is likely to fail and turn around and sell off today. So no bull setups today. I don't think. So 1, 2, 3 attempts at the band. Resilience is more negative each time. So the market is likely to return to the gap down here, which means we're back down to the bear side. The tie break is likely to be here today, y'all. I'd love to take to the bull side break, though. That'd be kind of nice. But don't think we're going to get it. Monthly maps are looking bearish, just the same. But then on monthly expiration, we don't really put a lot of faith into the maps because on Monday, we're going to get a brand new map that's going to be like a whole better look at the market on Monday. So monthly expiration kind of clouds the judgment of what you can see on the map. Let me show it to you really quick. So on today's monthly map that you're asking about, we call it kind of the iron wall. Like when we go into Monday, it's going to be a whole different map. See right here, it's extremely bearish right now, but Monday it will have a whole different look. So the monthly maps tend to change the polarity the Monday following monthly expiration. So while it does look insanely bearish again and bear structure is back, right? Being below these light gray means bear structure is back. We don't put a lot of stock into that read until we get to the Monday following expiration. So my bet today, guys, is that we are going to continue to sell off. This is the problem. I think we're going to fail the break, and I think we're going to sell. I think at least we're going to test the open price here, which on NASDAQ is roughly, let's see, 1.480. It's 100 points lower. So we're talking about 600. No way. Hold on. Let me do the math again. 45. No, roughly 640. 640. All right. That's it. The evidence is in. We are not rallying unless the market just gets a crazy squeeze on some news or something. I think we're coming down today. These failed attempts. I'm glad I pulled the plug on the long, and I could be wrong on this. I could totally be wrong on this, but 73 is the upper part of the range here. 73 is half gap. A possible break is to here. Roughly 60% certain. Now I'm even less than that. I'm going to call it a coin flip. That's probably 50% certain. Coin flip. So I'm not even considering it. But I think we're coming down today. The solid line coming down. My rules from the playbook, we don't short off of the band or below the band. We let this guy just kind of do its thing, but I was right, getting the F out of the way of this trade. Ooh, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let her rip. Let her rip, baby. Let her rip. Who's the man? Who's the best? Who's the best to do it on YouTube? Who got out of the way of the long with that good trade? Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Told you guys. Rez never lies. Rez is never wrong. Told you. out of the way on the sidelines. We'll take the break if we get it, but the probability is even lower with this is it. This white line is a gap fill predictor. We are likely to go here to fill the gap, which is by far, I will say, probably closer to 650, not 640. So that bear structure is back. 460 people, you guys. We are so close to the 500. Go like the stream, go like the tweet, go retweet the tweet, get everybody out here. We are so every day we get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and closer to the 500. At 500, I will start giving you guys funded trading accounts. And our stream is really fun. I'm just traveling around a hotel. We have a lot of fun in our stream. We crush it. We have music. We have giveaways. We have Victor. It's the best part of our stream. Now watch me eat my words and the market just zap right up from here. But anyways, I think we're going to be rejecting off of this just one more time at least to fill the gap. Res is negative, so it's attempting to make a long setup here, but I don't think we're going to get it. Now, I don't short below the bands just because the risk is very weird on this one. I'd rather sit on the sidelines and wait for conditions to improve. Now, the DD ratio has dropped from 0.49 to 0.42. More stocks are flipping down to the bear zone, probably some bigger, heavier tech. Right about that 650 low is what I'm looking at for a nice little droppy drop there. Pickle's dreaming on the floor. It's so cute. He's laying there like twitching and... My P&L for today, let me get a picture of this for you guys. Today's P&L brought to you by the letter M and the number 7. Whatever this is right here. Y'all add that up for me. The one you saw on the screen is one I took a loss at 14, 22, 25, 26, 20, maybe the 2,400 here. Attempted longs and they failed and I stopped out. And because I staged my position, I bought and bought and bought and bought. We had the volatility back in. I still closed all of them out in winter. So some of them, one of them I took profit here. The other ones I just kind of like closed out. At least 350. That's something. As my dad used to say, it's better than a sharp stick in the eye, you know. So crushing it today as usual. I was wrong on the trade, but yes, I still crushed it while being wrong. Now, again, we wait. We wait to see what we get. Now, inside of here, this is an illiquidity pocket. We're on this side of monthly hedge pressure. I don't short down here for this particular reason. We talk to you guys about this all the time. Greater market indicators are very bearish. Doesn't mean the market can't pop really high to trade. If there's a good short setup, if you guys are thinking about shorting, good luck. I can't tell you what to do, what not to do. See, we don't short below the band for this reason. We wait for optimal setups. This is a trade we call every single time setup. Unless somebody convinces me to sit out, then I sit out. Now we know every single time below the band, we trade small trades only. Okay. And anytime I lose one piece of Confluence, I move my normal trade to a medium, my medium trade to a small, and my small to a sit out. So I have a lack of Confluence. Resilience is less than 0. So the market is likely to fill the gap this way. So I can take my small long on the every single time trade. However, because I lost some Confluence, a small becomes a sit out. Now you see why I chose to sit out. Once we lost res, I closed my position out. Do we all understand that, you guys? What's up, Patty? Hello, hello. What's the line at 708? That should be monthly resilient, monthly. Oh, yeah. Forget about this. This is in the wrong spot. I had fixed it, but then my computer reset and just forget. I'm just an idiot. That is monthly hedge drawn in the wrong spot. Thank you, Patty, for pointing that out. 912 is where that guy needs to be. Let's move her way up here. All right, so it's decided, you guys. If you're in the Austin area, we're going to meet up tomorrow. me zoom in, makes it a little better so y'all can see this. And we're gonna do something. I don't know what you guys like to do. Y'all can tell me something that's cool. Like and subscribe. What's up, Jay? Good morning. you take loan. That's funny. That's funny. Hold on. Wait. Let's make the poll here. All right, everybody vote on the poll today, okay? Today I'm just trading. I was just trading one contract because the risk is low. Anytime you're below the DD bands, the anytime that you trade below the DD bands, it's always a small trade. So you know the rule that I have. I always trade small down inside of here, and my small has been one contract. That's it. What's the green line? DD band. So you guys, tomorrow, can you explain how you calculate these bands? Yeah, so they're basically based on the risk interval principle. It's an exploit of a program that CME Group made called SPAN that sets margin requirements. These DD bands are predictable high volume pivots, very predictable. As a matter of fact, you see how we're hovering it right there? What it is this distance in this table. Let me make this bigger so you can see. In this table, it's this, in the Rocket Scooter platform, they give you this number. And what it shows you is every futures contract has this RI number. For S&P, it's 42.75. So what that distance is 42.75 off of yesterday's close from futures, wherever that is. What time zone am I stuck to? UTC 4, New York. Okay, let me go to Chicago real quick. That would make a lot more sense. Right here at exactly. Wait. I was confusing myself. So back over here at the close, right at 1600 Central Time, it's one risk interval lower and one risk interval higher. It has to do with the high probability of margin calls in dealers and reportable positions. Below this band, market structure is completely broken. So while I did have a possible move to 73, my oh wait, DD band, DD ratio is greater than half. Whoa, okay, hold on. Bull structure's coming back. 55? No way. Hold up. Should I? Dude, EST with positive DD. Okay, now I can take that long here. Now I can finally take it. Let's take it. Let's get in. Let's get in, boys. Oh, not get in. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me. I can't give you guys any kind of advice. Don't listen to me. I'm some random fucking stranger on the internet. Don't listen to me. The bull side pop. That's why we don't short, right? Don't short below the band. Wait and get the bull pop if we can get it. Come on, baby. Ooh, that ratio turned greater than half. We just flipped bullish, guys. Just flipped bullish inside of a liquidity pocket too. Okay, that warrants a long setup. All right, so we need a poll. I need to know the answer, and the answer to the poll is: do you take business loan? It's a really important poll that we need to really understand in general. You know, the answer to that question. When offered a business loan, do you take it? The options are yes or yes. You don't get an option. That's kind of how it is. The inside joke that you guys missed out on this poll is really funny. So, yeah, I get phone calls like 5 times a day. You know, from I don't know. His name is always Vladimir. We talking to business owner. Yeah, that's me. You want business loan? No, yeah, I don't think I want a business loan. Do you want a business loan? No, you want the business loan? Maybe you want the business loan. Okay, all right. Vladimir at your door. He give you a business loan. Sign paper. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I don't get an option. Let's see. I now observed after everybody has voted on what you would answer if offered a business loan, it seems like 110% of you have decided to vote yes. As in, not only do you not get a choice, but most of you were forced to take 2 business loans, which is what typically happens. All right, let's get back into here. All right, 400 viewers. We do ETF giveaway. 500 viewers. Now resilience is back to being negative. I mean, DD ratio back to negative. No. No. A second time I take an attempt. Some stock is on the fence here, but we'll see. It's looking good. It's looking good. Twitchy market. DD more important than resilience? Generally, yes, that's correct. So anything related to the zones or the every single time setup is more important than resilience every time, yes. So being above the band, I am taking the long setup. Always more important. Zone trades are more important. That 73 trade is back on. Even though that DD ratio is less than half and resilience is negative, I'm only going to trade the first pop to half gap and close it. So that's it. This isn't a V-shaped rally up, but I'll take the scalp anyways if I can grab it. We love it, boys. We love it. See, that's why you don't short below the bands. That's why you don't short below the bands. Hit that half gap, close it out, close it out. Close it out. Oh, I'm the best motherfucker to ever do this. I'm done. That's it. It's not the... I love when this stuff works out. I just love it. All right, I'm done. There's money. Money, and these are all my trade advice straight to funded accounts on the pathway to $100,000 and the live funded account with these guys. Sorry, the live account with these guys. 22. What is this? 22, 32, 38, 30, 48, 30, 54, 30, 57, 70, $5,770. You guys watch it live here. Easy peasy. Let's get some rockets in chat. Get those rockets in chat. This is why I don't short below the green bands, because when things line up, I take the trade. But because resilience is negative, it is to half gap and half gap alone. That is the 73 I drew on the chart, but now it's actually closer to 67. See how you know the estimates are kind of off, right? Because I can only guess, but half gap is basically it. So the answer was my 73 is really much on point. Actually on point. I hit it to the fucking tick. That gets you nervous, yes, but the minute DD ratio flipped positive, I took the long. That's why when you're below the band, you are waiting for bull setups. That's why we don't short down here, right? That's why the rule and then the class and the boot camp is amazing that we teach. So if you guys have never been to our trading boot camp, have you ever wanted to learn day trading? How about learn day trading for literally $1 a day for 20 days? That's it. Our trading boot camp that teaches you this stuff and gives you all these handouts. The no shorting rule is because you want to be ready in case you get the break or in case the signs flip bullish, you can take the scalp. Now, this is only a scalp. It might die off from here. That's why I closed exactly where I did at the top. That's why I drew 73 30 minutes ago. And that's why you guys don't watch anyone else, because we draw it, we do it on the screen. You saw me with really awesome risk management. I tried to take a long, it started to work, and then it failed. Then I closed out, and then I waited. When conditions got better, I took the long scalp anyways. And the reason I didn't hold it any further than half gap is because our resilience number was less than 0. This was textbook rocket scooter stuff, guys. Literally textbook. That's why you need alerts for res turning positive. That would be a good idea. Is the DD band for, it's probably different. It should be right. I estimated it though. Because our roll, I didn't automatically roll over. Textbook grade Matt considering UPEX. Yeah, Jay nailed. And again, it's monthly options expiration. Anything random can happen. But I'll tell you guys from here, it is not a long setup from here. It might actually sell off from here. So be very careful. You can see that these stocks in the S&P are continuing to deteriorate. The S&P wants to fill its gap this way rather than rally, but it can still rally. Now, when people are asking, what do we do in the case that DD is bullish and resilience is not? We always, as somebody said earlier, is that anything related to zones or the ratio take priority over the gap fill. That is from our teaching. And whoever said that, pats on the back for you. The DD ratio is the percent of market cap of the stocks aggregated in the S&P 500 that are either in a bull zone or a bear zone. I'll give you an example. Let's just type up Apple really quick. As usual, Apple's in neither zone. Let's put in Tesla. Tesla's in neither zone. Let's put in Microsoft. Microsoft in a bear zone today. Okay, we know it's in a bear zone because Microsoft says bear. We take all of the market cap in real time that is in a bull zone and sum it up divided by all the market cap in a bull plus bear zone. And we ignore anything in the middle. That becomes the DD ratio. The bull zone is determined by what the structure of options is telling us about that particular stock. So basically, you can just think bear zone is going to be resistance, bull zone is going to be support. Like, as you see, Microsoft is in the bear zone, and it's sort of like resisting that bearish boundary, right? I don't know. Let's see if anything's in bull zone today. JP Morgan, bull zone. Yeah, so JP Morgan in a bull zone, it's trading here. It started here. So the bull zone is propagating it somewhat higher. So it's a predictor of basically, are stocks bullish or bearish? That's basically it. And it looks at all options that exist at all points in time, and it's balanced for now. Hopefully, Shane, that answers your question. So it is your bull bias indicator. When this indicator is greater than half, the seesaw is tilted to the bull side for the stocks. And the index you're trading, if you're trading the S&P, for instance, or QQQ, or sorry, S&P or NASDAQ futures or any of that stuff, it's going to be tracking the stock. So it's an indication that the stocks just something in the market cap flipped from bear to bull. There was enough market cap for me to quickly jump in on a bull setup. Now, why am I not trading this for the bigger rally? Is because the stocks in the S&P, while in bull zones, are actually filling their gaps, which is this white indicator here. So the QQQ is bullish, but the S&P is not as much. The S&P is filling its gap to the downside. QQQ is the one that's positive. So the fight between the two is usually settled by the S&P is usually the winner. S&P is a more diversified index, so it's going to have more potential to do what it says relative to the resilience than NASDAQ will. So when this white line is negative, the S&P has this pressure right here. So the S&P is fighting to go lower while the tech stocks are pumping higher into the expiration. Does this make sense, you guys? A little bit of rocket scooter stuff, but like I said, if you guys will learn everything that we teach, I'm going to read something to you. If it's your first time here, sub to the channel and stay here every single day. Anybody else on YouTube, I will trade circles around. These people couldn't trade their way out of wet paper bag. These people couldn't trade a bottle of water to a dying, thirsty fucking man in the desert. They're so fucking bad at trading. Anyone else on YouTube, they're okay. But compared to what we do here, it's a league difference. So I'm glad you guys are tuning in here. These people couldn't trade a $5 bill for a $1 bill. That's how it is. You can see a lot of goofballs, affiliate salesmen out there, but here what's different is this is a live trading stream, and all the rationales of what I do shown on stream for you guys. Give you like a little bit of kind of hint at what it is that we actually do here. So let me drop you something real quick. We have a website. Let me give you guys the link. This is our boot camp. It's literally $1 a day. If you guys want to join, we have 10,000 people that are using our trading platform right now. We have about 8,000 active users in the, hold on, in the Discord itself. We have a live trading boot camp. This is the link for it. It's $1 a day. What we go over are the 3 principles of day trading that we go over, and it's trend identification, like when to long, when to short. We go over position management, risk management strategies. Is like the bulk of this is a class on betting and counting cards, basically. Like if you're learning poker, it's a class on how to count cards. All the things I did, why one contract, why no shorting, why I got in and got out. These are all the things that we train you on. And then the last thing is market avoidance strategies. Right now, I'm in an avoidance strategy. If you guys want to read the reviews, these are people that actually took the course. Game changer, amazing platform. All these reviews since we've been doing these boot camps in August, it's like 4 and 5 stars. People call it like life-changing, excellent, game changer, drastically changed trading. You know, these are things these are people's opinions. Like I can't use this as like a swing your factor, but please read what other people have said. And these are all folks inside of the Discord here. And the stuff I do, I'm glad to explain and help you guys out while we're here on the stream. But we're not trying to sell you a trading course for tens of thousands of dollars or whatever. We just made it $20 to be nice and affordable. And we start on Monday. Start all over. 20 days starts on Monday. If you're interested, click that link in chat. Any promo codes for annual or lifetime? Not at this time, but the best thing you could do is get the monthly subscription, because it's half price first month and then $40 off every other month. Best course in the trading game. I love you, James. Thank you, man. When I take the long game, it hits the DD band. So now the answer is possibly yes. Let's analyze everything that we have. And the problem becomes we have a lot of things fighting it. I personally wouldn't, with the S&P resilience being so low. The trade off of here is actually we call this a medium trade. A medium trade is a pretty substantial long I can take off of that band. But let me tell you why I'm qualifying that I'm not going to take it. A couple of things. Number one is, while NASDAQ is above, the S&P is not above yet. Okay. S&P is still below. So anytime I lose some kind of confluence, I step down my trade to a small. And then with resilience being negative on the S&P, the small becomes a sit out as well. So this is a sit out and wait. We need the S&P to make that move here. And I've been trying to look at the NASDAQ all day today. To be perfectly honest, with the resilience being negative 30, not going to chase the long here. I'd rather sit out. So yeah, everything's dropped closer to zero. The best course in the entire trading game. And really nice that you guys say this kind of stuff. My shaman is my shaman on his ayahuasca trip. That's hilarious. Pat Whelan claims to be the best futures trader on YouTube. I don't think he claims to be the best futures trader on YouTube. I think he claims to be the biggest trader on YouTube. And that is certainly a true claim. Here we find liquidity and we long it. That's true. I should do a meetup in Miami when I come for Ultra. Yeah, I love it. Pat is one of the more honest people in the game. He'll tell you his story. You ask Pat, Pat will tell you exactly what I've known the guy for almost a decade now. He'll tell you the same thing. He'll tell you he used to be really bad at trading and he's gotten better at trading, and he doesn't gloss it up other than yelling and screaming like, funny stuff just to get your attention. He doesn't gloss it up. He's really honest. He'll tell you, he's like, yeah, I was horrible for like 7 or 8 years, and I finally hit my stride a couple years ago, and very honest about it. And that's kind of what I like about the dude. Doesn't embellish it. I'm sure if we ever met in person, he'd probably be like, very humble. For sure. What's his strategy technicals? So I'll tell you in general, I think his strategy is simple but effective. I think he does like opening range breakouts or momentum based range breakouts kind of thing. Simple stuff. It's not. And I say simple. I'm not trying to underplay how good it is or how bad it is or anything. I'm not saying that. It's simple as in like the application is a fairly simple setup. You're looking for a specific pattern and then you're taking it. The risk management is really the key to any trading strategy. So, exiting when you need to, entering when you need to, sort of thing. Are you guys? So I'm probably going to Miami for Ultra. So if we're out in Miami, guys, we'll party. I party hard in Miami. Like 2 or 3 times ago when I went to Miami, I went to a club and I got the DJ table in the back corner, and we were right next to Rick Ross. So I partied with Rick Ross all night, invited us all onto a yacht and everything. We ended up going to another yacht instead of his yacht. That's how much bigger the second yacht was. And we went on a billionaire's yacht after that. The thing was the size of a fucking hotel. It was crazy. So yeah, when I go to Miami, we drop some bills out there and we play. We play hard. Miami's my town to have fun in. Yeah, and it's like seeing Rick Ross in Miami is kind of like seeing Regis Philbin in New York. Remember that joke from How I Met Your Mother? It's like you see Regis everywhere. It's kind of like seeing where it kind of was like seeing JJ Watt in Houston. You'd see him everywhere. He'd be eating breakfast at the place you're having brunch at. I almost became Rick Ross's concubine. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But no, we have fun in Miami. It's where I like to spend money because it's actually worth it when we have some fun out there. Where at Stream Elements, where do I post your $500 invoices in Discord? Wait, why you're asking Stream Elements? I'm confused. Oh, Two Gun. Okay, I see what you're saying. So we're gonna have that drawing this month. If you spent $500 in, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have you guys enter the roulette like normal, and I'm gonna spin the wheel. And if you win, you just got to prove it if you've won. So enter on the honor system, but if you can't prove it, then we'll have to draw someone else. Is this stream recording? Can't go back. It should be. I'm not really sure. I'm on my laptop today, so all the settings are all jacked up. So if something's not right, it's probably just different because I'm at home. Rick Ross is out a lot in Miami. Yeah, I run into Jerry Springer too in Naples a lot. That's hilarious. Jeb and his turtles. What to prove? So we're having a giveaway. If you spend $500 in any trader funding program total using our code, you enter yourself into a drawing for lifetime rocket scooter. And it actually, we upped it. We said, it says 500 in the bot, but it's actually 1,000, which I need to change that bot to say that. But either case, it's 1,000. I forgot to update that bot. We made the announcement about a couple months ago. So the idea was, if you guys are, somehow I don't know why I didn't. A little YouTube bot here. We really want to reward people and essentially give you something back, especially if you're like hitting those trader funding programs, you don't pass them. Our job is to give you guys cool stuff to have fun with it. Can need help getting CQG data? Yeah. So the data is from your broker, not from CQG. So all you need to do is contact an FCM or a broker and get an account set up, and you buy your futures data through them. They give you a CQG login. It comes through here. Now, I can't recommend a broker for you. That's yours to choose. But I'll tell you the easiest ones and most people use AMP or most people use Edge Clear here. Those are the two main ones. Philip and Dorman work here as well. They're very good at just straightforward sign up. And what I did with, I chose the AMP route. The reason why a lot of people go with the AMP because it's a $100 minimum deposit. It's very low. And I just go to AMP's website, sign up, get my account, deposit some money in there, and then buy the data from there. And then they take the money for the data every month from that account. And then they give you the login that works here. That's how it works. Most people like AMP, yeah. And when it comes to futures FCMs, I'm going to tell you guys, there's not really a difference between them. So when you're picking them, you can just draw one out of a hat and it's going to be pretty good. The commissions are all relatively the same. The perks are all the same. An FCM is sending your order to the exchange. I mean, they're not really doing much. They might have customer service, it might be, it's not really like, TD Ameritrade, we have all these features and services. FCMs are very simple machines. They're just a computer that connects you to the exchange and fills your order, or connects you to a clearing firm. And AMP and some of these others are non-clearing FCMs are introducing brokers, and they'll usually connect to whatever clearing firm they work through. Which, by the way, AMP Clearing is the name of AMP, but AMP is not a clearing FCM. That's just a name that they have. And that AMP actually clears through other clearing firms. Just a little fun trivia there. But CQG is just an API that connects a broker to a third-party platform. And yeah, AMP has never been bad, pretty good. Some of the minor differences between them is that the way you can get money into and out of the account. You can get money into the account, out of the account, usually via wire in general with any brokerage account. But some of the more modern, like updated ones, like I think Philip uses Plaid now. If you guys use Plaid for transferring money, it's kind of like a Zelle in a way. Do you open the account through NinjaTrader? No, don't go through NinjaTrader. That doesn't work with anybody. NinjaTrader is the one exception of a futures broker that kind of like sucks in that capacity. And now they just got bought by another company. Maybe they'll change their mind, but some Forex crypto company just bought the NinjaTrader people, so maybe they'll change it. Can I share the website for AMP? Or for who? When it comes to brokers, you just pick whichever one works for you. I can't legally recommend a broker for you. I would consider that as financial advice. But you Google somebody. These are the ones people here mostly use, just giving you the data. AMP, Edge Clear, Philip, Dorman, Iron Beam, Cunningham. That's in that order is the order in which the majority of you guys choose to use. Kraken. Yeah, Kraken just bought NinjaTrader. AMP, the reason people pick AMP is because most of the others have a $500 deposit. AMP is a $100 deposit. They're the only one that's $100, which is when you're paying $14 a month for data, you don't want to have to park $500 in another account. Then AMP is the way to go for that particular purpose. But I can't recommend brokerage services to you. And also I get no kickbacks just disclosing that from any of these brokers. So if I recommend or accidentally recommend or mention one, it's not because I'm getting an affiliate or a cut or any of that stuff. And the broker for your data we get $0 from any of that stuff. We just have it that way so that you can get futures data for cheap. We could have you buy futures data from us, like we go buy a big futures package and redistribute it to you, but then it becomes $75 per exchange rather than $1. So CME Group is really cool that if you actually have a brokerage account, they sell you these educational data feed rates because they want to incentivize people to trade futures and open brokerage accounts. That's the reason the data is super cheap. So in the futures world, we go through that route so that you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. Big companies like TradingView and others might sell you futures data for really cheap, but they eat a huge cost, and they're a $1 billion company. We're not. So they can actually afford to go buy that data and then just eat the cost. They're basically losing money giving it to you for less than $10. But what we can do is we buy equities data and redistribute it, because the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ don't care. They give away data for practically nothing. So AMP has been good. Yeah. Can you trade a couple MES on AMP with say a few hundred? Do you need a few thousand margin to trade? The margin requirement is roughly about 10,000s plus. So a micro is roughly going to be 1,000s plus. But when it comes to these FCMs, they're usually discounted pretty heavily. So they give you less margins. I don't know what the intraday margins are on AMP. It might be $500. Like most of them are the same. What's the $9.99 data feed on the platform? That's your NYSE and NASDAQ data. Or sorry, that's your US, not saying NYSE. This is your US stock exchange data. That's what that's paying for. That's just to power the liquidity maps data feeds. AMP Futures does not charge monthly inactivity fees or volume requirements too. Oh, I didn't know that. But they have fees for like data connection, trade routing, and platform fees. So just letting you know, the platform fee is the CQG fee, and that'll be consistent from broker to broker. None of them add to that surcharge. It's usually $10. So that I found that out by comparing the different. I have a bunch of CQG accounts that connect to Rocket Secure, because I have my Robbins Cup account, I have my Phillip account, I have my Dormant account, and I have my AMP account. I have one in each one of those places. And I have an Edge Clear as well, but I've never connected to Rocket Scooter. But they all charge that same quote unquote $10 platform fee or whatever, but that's CQG's fee. The CQG charges them a fee to use their service, and that's why your data is $14 instead of $4. It's $1 per exchange for top of book. You have CME, COMEX, CBOT, NYMEX, etc., $1 a piece, and then CQG is the $10 chunk of the whole thing. So that was what platform fee was. Yeah, I found that out by arguing with Joel Robbins. The fucking Robbins Cup was so stupid, like, and the commissions. Trades by Matt had enough of it. He just dropped out of the Robbins Cup. He's like, I'm tired of paying these commissions. And I talked to him on the phone. I'm like, all right, I'm like, you inspired me too. I'm gonna quit. This is stupid. The Robbins Cup is a global futures trading championship that last year every influencer was like yelling at each other to enter, like, you enter, you enter, you enter. I'm gonna enter and beat you. I'm gonna enter and beat you. And then everyone was like talking shit about it. And I was like, okay, I'll enter. Matt was like, okay, I'll enter. And ICT was like, okay, I'll enter. And everybody was like, okay, I'll enter. Pat was going to enter. Brett Simba was going to enter. Everyone was going to enter. It was going to be the biggest futures showdown in the history of futures. It was amazing. And as the months went by, we found out that only like 2 of us actually entered. Me and Matt, that was it. Nobody else had actually entered the contest. Everyone was baiting each other to enter, and ICT I think entered as well. That's right. No. Mike entered, Matt entered, and I entered. And everyone was like accusing each other of like, you're not going to enter, you're going to cheat, you're going to make multiple accounts. So we voted on Trades by Matt. It was so funny. We're like, who's the most honest guy in the business? And we're like, okay, well, probably Matt. No one ever has a problem with Matt. So Matt was going to be the custodian of all of our account numbers. So the funny story was that we all gave Matt our account numbers to prove that we all entered him one time. And so Matt was like the secret custodian of everybody's account to verify that nobody was cheating. So Mike, ICT, gave him his account. I gave him my account. Matt had his account. And we all were like, okay, Robbins Cup ready to go. A month in, Matt gets on the leaderboard like in 3rd place. Freaking amazing. A month after that, I get in the leaderboard in 5th place and Matt falls off. And then a month after that, we start to find out that all the influencers were like joking, like, oh, we didn't actually enter. And I didn't actually enter. None of them actually entered. It was just the 3 of us in the contest alone. And then we were like, oh man, because I entered the contest to prove I was better than everybody. That was my whole goal. You know, I win trading contests a lot, but I was like, I want to just show that I'm the best YouTuber. At least give a good run for the money. And they're all pretty decent. None of them are like terrible. But I was like, I'm going to prove that I'm the best. And I was like, that's why I entered. And Robbins Cup was really crazy because they charge a normal commission structure, but then they charge an extra kind of like software fee, and it's hard to describe what it is. And they called it a platform fee. And the platform fee was like another 20% off your trade. Total, if you're trading micros, Robins would take 40% of every trade. 40% for every $100 that you made, you netted 60 with micros. Can you believe that? And I looked at the broker statement after the first month. Matt put out a video. He's like, I'm dropping out of the Robins Cup. This is ridiculous. So Matt was like doing okay, but he wasn't like crushing it to offset that loss. Matt was making some money, but even if you make 20, 30% gains, it all get gobbled up on commissions. Imagine having to make 50% gains just to get over breaking even. So Matt was like breaking even in his account and losing money from the commissions. And he was like, this is ridiculous. And I talked to him on the phone. And he was like, yeah, he's like, the commission structures are so crazy. There's like this hidden extra fee. So Robins adds this weird fee to it, which is their whole copy trading service. That basically what happens is they want you to make an account with them. And they sell this other service where you can sign up and just put money into a brokerage account and allocate it to other traders to copy their trades. An example is I can start the thing and I can say 60% Matt, 30% ICT, 10% Pat, and then my account would be allocated to copy their trades with that amount of money. It's this API thing, this is service they have there at Robins. The whole Robins Cup competition is a funnel to sell that service to you and other people. These Robins Cup winners become quote unquote experts in this other platform they sell for this copy trade service. It's the whole thing's a sham for this, or not a sham, a shill for this other service. A shill is selling another product, not necessarily disclosing your, the incentives you get for doing so. So anyways, so Matt was like, this is silly. And the fact that nobody else is competing, he's like, I really don't even care about this contest. He was like, I was here to beat other people. And I was like, yeah, me too. So then after a week or two after that, I was kind of like, I was in 5th place, then 4th, then 5th, or I thought I was in 4th, but then that day I rolled to 5th at the end of the day. And then somebody passed me up and I was like, well, if Matt's not in it, then, and I guess ICT wasn't actually in it, or he didn't make it that far. And then he stopped trading and got bored with it or something. I don't remember the story there, but it just kind of fell off the radar what everybody was talking about. Then I was like, well, fuck it. I quit too. This is boring. And I wasn't going to be given, trading for a whole year to give up 40%. In micros, it was 40%. In minis, it was roughly 25%. The extra fee was it was a second commission. Imagine paying double commissions. Really ridiculous. So that was the long story of the Robins Cup. ICT said he entered and lost most of the account on purpose. Is that's what he said? Oh, I don't know what he said. That's what you're saying he said? But yeah, it was only like the 10 or 15 people that were like shouting about it. They just didn't. But anyways, the whole story was I was calling Joel Robbins and I was like, listen, I was like, Joel, your brokerage, nobody uses, okay? I'm just going to be straight with you. You have a gold mine in front of you, this marketable trading competition. Every major influencer is looking at it. He's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, but you charge you ridiculous commissions. Like on top of $5 a side per trade. You charge this extra platform and all these other fees. What are all these other fees? I looked at broker statement. There were all these fees. There's like platform fee, a second platform fee. And I was like, what is all this stuff? And Joel's the one that broke it down to me. He's like, oh, well, that's the CQG fee, the $10. And this other one is our API fee for our service. And I'm like, what service? What service are you providing? You're a freaking FCM, dude. Like, or IB, I don't even know which one they were. I'm like, you're just the broker. What service are you providing? There's no, brokers don't charge a fee, a monthly fee or a platform fee. Like what is this? And he's like, oh, well, we do. We have a platform fee because you're entered into our system that other people can pay for to follow your trades. And I was like, where's this disclosed to us when we sign up? He goes, well, it's in the paperwork, the agreement you signed. And I looked at the agreement. It doesn't say anything at all. It says like there may be extra platform fees with an asterisk. not disclose anything. There may be extra fees. Don't worry, maybe extra fees. And I was like, maybe extra fees. This is the biggest fee of all of them. Maybe extra. That you literally didn't reveal the biggest fee we have per trade. It was just an asterisk of like, there may be extra fees applied. Isn't that crazy? So the whole thing was designed to get traders into their system so they can sell your trades to other traders who subscribe to allocate themselves. And it's kind of like when you have a profile there, it's like, hi, I have a profile. I'm the previous winner of the Robbins Cup, blah, blah, blah. Follow my trades. And you actually get a cut of everyone's sales too. And he was like pitching it to me on that phone call. I was like, so what is this thing all about? And he's like, oh yeah, we'd love for you to join it. You could sign up. Anybody that signs up and allocates any of their portfolio to you and your trades can copy all your trades that you're making through that platform that you're paying the fee for. It's taking your trades and monitoring them and sharing them with everyone else. And you get a cut of everyone's gains from the fees they pay. And I was like, oh, no. And after that phone call, I was like, look, you want your brokerage service to be big. I will make it big. Matt will make it big. All these ICT will make it big. Like charge normal commissions. Normal commissions. And we will all use it. And you can have millions of people with their eyes on this contest. He didn't even seem to care. He's an old boomer, out of touch, didn't seem to care. Like whatever. I was like, you know how powerful the futures industry has become because of YouTubers? They're the ones that put futures on the map for the modern trader. They're the ones that pump these trader funding programs, all this stuff. He's like, I was like, cater to these people, make the commissions normal. I'm like, I'm going to drop out of your contest because your commissions are stupid. And like, I would get hundreds of people entering the contest tomorrow if the commissions were lower. Nobody wants to enter the contest. I could say, I bet you, I was like, how many people have entered the contest? And he's like, well, I can't disclose that. I'm like, why can't you disclose that? Because it's less than 50? Promoted as the Global World Championship of Futures. I bet you 50 people have entered this dumb thing. And we had a long, hour-long conversation. Not arguing with the guy to lower the commissions. He's like, well, we have a partnership with GFF for the low commission structure. It looks like we finally broke on the S&P movement. I didn't take that trade, obviously, because resilience is still negative, but that is that bigger move from this morning. I'm done for the day, y'all, by the way. I mean, it was there. There's that 73 tap a second time. That's half gap on Qs. Resilience has actually dropped, so this might be the high of the day. So yeah, no real reason to touch this. I'm happy with the gains I've made. Plus it's payout. So all right. Okay, guys, let's do our ETF giveaway in about 30 minutes. So let me get we'll do it in 30 minutes. How much did I make today? What is this? 22.16. So that's 38, 37, 48, 37, 48, 50, 62. 48, 60 was 5. 53, 62, 54, 72, 54, 80. 57, 80, 58, 87. Did I get that correct? I add up those numbers in my head. By the way, you guys don't know, when I was a kid, I was the state mental math champion. 4 years in a row. And 2216 plus 1621. Oh, I get old, my brain doesn't work anymore. But sometimes I can get close. 47. 5807. There we go. Nice. 5807. I accidentally said 87. Not bad, not bad. I used to compete in UIL math. Where's my fellow math nerds out here? I know you guys are here. Don't hide. Anybody compete in UIL math when you were a kid? Who was in the math club? Giveaway not over yet. Giving away in just a little bit. Just passed your first Top Step eval. Going to Express Funded Trader. Patrick, let's go. Nice. Hell yeah, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Here, what's up? My fellow mathletes. I salute you. Oh, the days. When I was in middle school, I was 11 years old because my birthday was in October. And the cutoff was like, I forget what the month cutoff was. But you need to be 12 to compete in 6th grade. So my teachers lied and said I was 12. So I can compete at 11 years old. That was what it was like when I was a kid. And I won. I won everything. October game. Well, I can't drop my exact birthday because you guys will be opening business loans in my name, but I'm Libra for sure. You were in the chess club. Does that count, Stu? You know I was in the chess club as well. Mu Alpha Theta VP LL. Yeah. Oh, nice. You guys were nerds. What's up? Okay, cool. What's up, October gang? Let's go. You know, but my chess club was a fake chess club. I started a fake chess club at my school. It was I call them Zach Morris style pranks. Like, you know, like Zach, Slater, and Screech would like do some kind of prank or something, and Mr. Belding would just roll his eyes. We used to do stuff like that all the time under school. You would take a birthday loan. Fastest time to only add 100 4-digit numbers, 30.9 seconds by Arian. I saw the kid that does the abacus thing with his hand, right? That's the one. I think I saw that. That's crazy how they do that. Who shorted? That's him? Yeah, the abacus kid. Dude. I think I saw a guy super smart, yeah. What do I think about the failed breakdown setup? Avnish, what do you mean? What do you mean by the failed breakdown setup? Like the fail? Oh, you're talking about the idea that the failure of the breakdown, the market just popped up on this kind of liquidity pocket. It's the market's just finding liquidity into close. Well, the only predictable part of today was this one particular move. And it's the original long trade I was trying to take, which is from here to there. That's the only predictable move that we have. Anything else in here is going to be a little random. And I have to kind of like honor what's in front of me. It's kind of all over the fence with this number that I'm circling right here is pressure that goes to there from the top of this white box to the bottom. This orange number that's positive is support off of here. This ratio that's greater than half is bear zone to bull zone. So we have two very strong competing pressures. It wants to do this and it wants to do that. And as a matter of fact, that negative white number wants to actually resist from here. So you have two really strong competing pressures at exactly this dashed white line today. And the reason that I'm hesitant to do anything is because This wants to be down here. It does. It's just squeezing before that happens. And so the idea is it's hard to predict a breakout rally from here. One of the things that everybody here knows is when this ratio is square and a half is one of the strongest indicators we do have to trade from bear zone, bull zone. That's one of the better setups. But because everything else doesn't agree, we're not the kind of group that votes on or takes a trade that goes completely keeps going, if that makes sense. While it can completely keep going, there's not a lot of evidence to support that. Good thought. The bootcamp link? Yeah. So the bootcamp by far is going to be the coolest thing that you ever do with us. Let me give you the link. The bootcamp, and I said we wanted to make it free, but we have 2 employees that support the bootcamp, and so your $20 a month is all it is. You can always do it for a month and quit. It supports paying the 2 people that make the stuff for the bootcamp. We have a video editor, and we have a person that makes all the handouts for y'all. And so the little $20 so it's $1 a day for 20 days. And that goes into the pot to pay them. One of our video editor lives in Nigeria, so the conversion rate is amazing. The salary that person gets is a very good salary relative to what it is to us. So trust me, that money helps 2 people support their families. How about SPY MHP now? MRES greater than 0. Yeah, it's been greater. SPY's been greater than 0 since the middle of the day, at the middle of the morning, and that's good, right? So MRES is why this pressure is here, right? MRES is this line. Let me just kind of show you what they are. This is the DD is bullish, MRES is bullish, and then RES is bearish. So of the priorities of all of them, this is the higher of the priorities. This is priority 1, this is priority 2, this is priority 3. Priority 1 is bullish, priority 2 is bearish, priority 3 is bullish. So there's like yanking, like this range is going to be probably where we stay for the day. Can I stop drawing dicks on the screen? Don't tell me what to do. I'll draw whatever I want to draw. So, by the way, Stu, my fake chess club, I tell you all this story all the time. In high school, we could leave school and do whatever we wanted. And oh wait, no, I'm confusing 2 of my own stories. That was the hold on. Like high school, we could leave and do whatever we wanted. We could like leave and go to Taco Bell. We can leave and whatever. As long as you came back for your class, you could leave at lunchtime. And I can't remember the combination of a couple of things that happened that year. It was like the year that Columbine happened, and also one of my friends' little sisters had left the campus, got in a car wreck and passed away. And I think a combination of 1 or 2 of both of those things, that year they put the school on lockdown. Like you couldn't leave. There was metal detectors in the front, and then the year after they put in like school uniforms. I think the Columbine thing, we created a lot of that, right? So anywho, we weren't allowed to like even go into the hallways and like sneak around the school like we used to. I mean, the schools went crazy after Columbine. It changed everything. And we had to basically, at the time, the internet was finally becoming a thing. We had internet lab, internet in our computer lab. And so the computers are all networked together. And the school had a T1 line. Super exciting, right? When everyone's on dial-up at home or whatever, we would go into the computer lab. We're all in AP computer science, pre-AP computer science, and we would go in there and lunchtime, and we go to Taco Bell, go get some food, come back and sit there and just play, Quake or Counter-Strike all day. But then they put the school on lockdown, and you weren't allowed to go anywhere. lunchtime. Even nerdy people like us didn't get a pass. The only people that were allowed to go anywhere at lunchtime were people that were practicing for a UIL competition or whatever. Like the athletes were able to go. They had a special pass. Well, they're training for something. Oh, well, the swim team, yeah, they're training for something. They can go whatever. And all my friends were like, yeah, bro, I just use my, I'm on the water polo team. And I just like tell the coach I'm going to buy water polo stuff in Walmart. And they let me go. And I'm like, well, shit, I got to start a club. The math club didn't. I was president of the math club. It didn't work. I was in a lot of other clubs. In academic clubs, they didn't. There was no reason for a math student to leave the campus, and we weren't able to like come up with any valid excuse that we need anything. We're like, you got your calculators. What else do you need? So we started a fake chess club because we didn't have one. And chess club allowed us to go buy chess materials and practice playing chess against other schools and whatever. And I did that just so that we could sneak off of campus. And so for years, we orchestrated a completely fake chess club that never did anything. And it was the biggest scam of my life. Because we never went to a single chess tournament. And when it came to the funny part of that is in the yearbook. If you look at the yearbook in the chess club, you won't see me in the photo. You won't see any of us in the photo because it wasn't really like the fake chess club was actually the computer science kids and some of our buddies and some of our friends that we just wanted to like pretend to be in the chess club. But we all thought, I mean, we were all in the computer club and the math club. We thought it was too nerdy to be in the chess club. So we actually refused to be in the photo when the yearbook came around, ready to take a photo of it. So I convinced everyone in the math club to pose as chess club members for the photo in the math club. For the chess club. So the history is in the yearbook. The math club and the chess club, if you actually scrutinized and looked closely, it's identical. It's all my friends in the math club. And I told them, if you pose for the photo, I'll say that you're in the chess club and I'll give you a pass to leave and leave school anytime you want. So I ran a pretty good racket. I didn't make any money off of this. Just I could have though. I'm just kidding. No, but it was fun because like it was like a secret nerd club. We can go to Taco Bell like we used to, and then we would go sit in the computer lab and play Quake at our lunch break. That was kind of fun. And it's one of those, like, if you got caught, like, you would actually really get in trouble. The principal would just look at you and roll their eyes and be like, really? Is that what you guys did? What? We're playing video chess. That's why you have to go to the computer lab. Practicing chess. You guys are talking about StarCraft. Ooh, I used to play StarCraft. So funny thing aside, that was our little thing. And so we would have like, I'm sure at some point, it had leaked out because at some point, the computer lab, computer science AP teacher, she was this older lady, Miss Carswell, probably in her 70s at the time. And she was really sweet. And at one point she was like, you guys, you're going to have to play chess at some point, kind of thing. And we were just like, because it started being like a full computer lab. There were so many people coming and going in there. It's like, okay, the word's out. So we went and bought all these like CD-ROMs of this like video chess game. And she's like, look, play chess every once in a while, you guys. Like, come on. You can't just come in here and play Counter-Strike all day. Like, so we had like occasionally would have to like, so, okay, yeah, you guys have to play chess today. And we're like, all right, fine, whatever. So she might have got some heat from the principal, but that was kind of the fun story. I always call it, like I said, that's called a Zach Morris scheme. If you ever watch Saved by the Bell, they always do cute little hijinks like that. So welcome to the group. Yeah, the 99 for the platform, very awesome. So Monday we'll start over with our boot camp. It's something that's going to be one of the best things that we do here in our group. And the boot camp is a very, very, very strict training regimen on risk management, trend identification. So right now, as everybody said, I drew on my screen, right, we have indicator pulling up, pushing down, pushing up kind of thing. And the idea that they're pushing different ways, that's why it's doing what it's doing here. So when the market broke out, you said, I'm not chasing the long. This is a great particular setup for this entire, understanding, is that the market is kind of solid right here in this liquidity pocket range. You were in the book club when you went to the library to read for lunch, Vanessa? Aw, Vanessa was a nerd too. I was in every summer reading program, man. Don't trust me. I used to go to the library. I did the Pizza Hut book it. I did all that stuff. I would read every book list our local library put out, like this 20 book list. If you read it all, you get a prize, and I would read all of them. Y'all sucked at chess too. Oh, that's hilarious. Similar story. Oh, wait. You guys, I want to read some of your stories. Hold on. You guys remember? Can you stop drawing dicks on the screen? Y'all are so funny. Giveaway. No, giveaway is going to be in 15 minutes. So we'll get ready to go. Do you know what my MTBI personality type is? Which one is MTBI? Oh, the Myers-Briggs. I am an ENFP, which I think is called the campaigner. So what are your personality types? An ENFP is me. But I think they mislabel me because I don't think I'm as extroverted as the characterization of that personality test is. I fully believe that I'm extremely introverted, and I think everyone disagrees with me when I say that. But I think it's because I am usually the life of the party, quote unquote, when I'm around a bunch of people. The energy is usually reflected or focused on me because I'm the one talking or the one entertaining or whatever. But I don't think that that's my personality type. I feel like I just do that in a group setting. My personality type is I love to be introspective. I like to be by myself. I like to be thinking rather than doing. I don't like being around people. If you put me in front of people, I'll put on a show. But if you by myself, I don't sit there on Friday I crave going out. It's kind of funny because you'll watch my Instagram. You're like, oh, there's Matt. He's having bottle service. There's a bunch of hot chicks. They're popping bottles of champagne. It might look like I'm that extroverted kind of guy, but I really am the quietest person in any, in my house. I'm just quiet. I'm always upstairs and I'm comfortable being to myself. And introverted people reflect their energy inward. Extroverted people reflect their energy outward. So I think I'm forced to be social as an introvert, but I really am. I think I'm a social introvert, if that makes a lot of sense. I'm just a chill guy, LOL. So my girlfriend will tell you, yeah, Matt's so introverted. It's crazy. But everyone else in the world is yo, Matt is he's the life of the party kind of guy. I don't think it's my soul is that though. I think I just have a role. Does that make sense? Social introvert is what I think that people call it. I think from years of streaming, I'm well practiced at pretending to be extroverted. Asperger's. I would be one notch below being on the spectrum. I'm a little more social than Elon for sure. But I'm not socially awkward. So I'm in that little sweet spot where I can be nerdy enough without being socially awkward. So therefore, my career path was to become a streamer. I can educate you guys enough without being so disconnected that it's hard to watch. What else are you guys saying here? You could beat your friends in random online, but not SKers. Oh yeah. So you guys are playing Counter-Strike and Quake and other things too. Later, Francesca, have a good weekend. A relative of yours was in Columbine, got hit in the shoulder but survived. Oh my gosh, how tragic. I'm glad to hear that they're okay. Christopher, y'all sucked at chess. Hilarious. Victor played all Blizzard games like a maniac, even Hearthstone. I loved StarCraft 1. I played that so much on my 386 Dell computer in 1996. Air battle chess. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Trump's supposed to be talking right now. Oh, okay, yes. Battle chess. I remember that old computer game, right? The little chess pieces would fight each other. The old CD-ROM, dude. I used to have that game. Hung out with the nerds. Does that count? Yeah, Patty, if you hung out with the nerds, it does count. Only nerds hang out with nerds. ESTJ, Tess. Oh, nice. ENFJ, Sean. Yep. INTP, INFJ. So INTJ and ENFP are like water and oil. There's a meme that goes with my personality type according to the thing, ENFP and INTJ. And the personality type The meme is there's a cat holding a Rubik's Cube. And the cat's like, I'm going to solve you. And the Rubik's Cube's like, yeah, you can try. And that's kind of like the friction that comes between the ENFP and the INTJ. So complex on INTJ, yeah. We would have so much friction. So the way I described it is, INTJ is very like the way I dated a girl a long time ago was INTJ. She was like, horn-rimmed glasses, listened to indie rock, wore a sweater even though it wasn't cool, like wore a scarf even though it wasn't cool. Super hipster girl, very opinionated, listened to music that only she liked, and if it was cool, she wouldn't like it, kind of thing, and was so opinionated. And you could never figure out what this person was going to say. And I was just so like carefree and like different. And it was a very like, we're very much like archetypes of those personality types. You like super shy. I think I pretend, I act very well to be like an outgoing person. It's for YouTube. If you meet me in real life, trust me, this is a persona on stream. I don't walk around the house like I'm the best ever. I kind of am very quiet. And it's funny that when I meet some of my friends, other friends, we go out and stuff, and they're always like, yo, this is my boy Matt, dude. He's like trader, dude. He makes all this money. You should see his this. And they're always like, wow, really? And I'm always kind of like shy about it. I'm probably blushing when they say that. I'm never like, yo, I'm the best. What's up, man? I'm super like I don't even brag about it. I do on stream though, all the time. Ambivert. That's the way to say it. IDOC and I met on Hinge, on the dating app, believe it or not. We're a success story from dating apps. Maybe on INFP and ambivert, probably so. Introverts can be good extrovert things, but still can be introverts. That does make sense. Enter the giveaway. What you're gonna do is you're going to, let me do this right now. Let's get it going. You are going to, we didn't get to 500 today, but we're getting close. We got to like 470. I'm super excited, guys. Getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. Thanks for liking the stream. Thanks for getting the word out. I mean, it's super nice to have all the support from y'all. But we will be doing the ETF giveaway today. We're gonna do one today, one on Monday, and one on Tuesday. So one every day. Here's how you enter. You're going to type in ETF in chat. Type in ETF in chat. ETF in chat. We're at bottom DD band and ratio's less than half. I was contemplating taking a long there. I could take a long there. I don't think I want to. Now we don't have the music. Actually, we do have the music. What's wrong with me? We do have the music to spin the wheel. All right, everybody. Type in ETF to win, ETF to win. Nice quick DD band scalp. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Rockets here. INTJ. Wow, you guys have all kind of mixed Myers-Briggs here. Wait, Battle Chess is still available online, the old one, and the new one is on Steam. That's actually pretty cool. I've been playing, I do actually play a lot of chess. And my 6-year-old plays a lot of chess too. I play with him a lot. How you join the boot camp? It is, hold on one second. Give me a link here. Our boot camp starts on Monday of next week. $20 for 20 days. This is the link. I just typed it in chat. Somebody asked earlier, does triple witching actually, or somebody said quad witching. Does quad witching affect? So quad witching is no longer a thing anymore because they got rid of single stock futures. But triple witching, as somebody was implying, like, does it affect my trading strategy? And the answer is no, it doesn't. It has no impact. So the structure is the structure no matter what. The idea that people could behave differently because of a certain mechanic to expiration of certain contract, yes, but it's perceived that people will act equally to both sides. Witching doesn't mean reversal, doesn't mean pressure. It's usually going to be a reflection of what's going on at that state and time. So there's really no, I guess, that people like look at seasonality and stuff. Does winter time, is like a Christmas rally or Thanksgiving sell-off? These things are very subjective to what window of time you're looking at. And over time, I'd like to say that if you were to remove like a specific event that was happening at that time, I don't believe seasonality is actually a thing. Every single reason the market moves, there's a reason. Christmas rallies that were good were probably because the market's just rallying 70% of the time. All in general, 70% of months are bullish. So I don't believe that Christmas rally is a thing. I think we think that it's a thing. There's some reasons people think it's a thing, like people buy more stuff around Christmas or whatever. But the market always prices this stuff in ahead of time. So the fact that it would rally in December is I think a flawed thought process. It would rally months prior to price that in. But anyways, long story short, does triple witching or monthly expiration change anything people do? And the answer is likely not. The only difference is there's probably gonna be lack of new participation. The liquidity is all gonna be mostly dealers balancing out the final act of this play, right? To close out this contract that's expiring. There's still going to be people trading just like anything else. News will still happen just like anything else. The markets, like if you filter out all the news and all the mechanics, I would say that the market 50-50, that quad witching or Christmas rally or any of this stuff actually even affects the market. Half the time up, half the time down, probably more up than down. And so I'd say in general, I don't think that because it's expiration or because it's triple witching, that I would say like be extra careful because it's expiration. I don't think like that. Every day is going to be a different day. So that's kind of my opinion on the whole thing. I teach how to use this program in the bootcamp, Ben. Yes, absolutely. So this is what we train you on. We train you on how to use the Rocket Secure platform. We train you on how to find liquidity in the market, which is what it's good for, how to find predictable high volume pivots, which is what it is good at doing. We teach you everything from like these DD bands, like this is a high volume pivot from here. That's a whole thing that's exploiting some cool stuff in futures. We'll give you a bunch of handouts. I'll show you guys some neat stuff about it. So in the actual curriculum itself, I'll put a little bit on the screen here. There is a bunch of videos and a bunch of handouts. Each video comes with, it's about an hour and a half long. Every day we do a live Zoom call at 3:30. And in that Zoom call, we'll go over the video and we will answer questions and then show you guys trade plans and setups throughout the day relative to what we're learning. You get all these really nice professional handouts, position sizing guidelines, flow path predictions, high probability setups, certain indicators and like what they do, little checklist indicators and what you can do. Our strongest bull and bear setups right now, we are playing off of this green line today. This is the one of the stronger setups is this green line right here. This ratio is greater than half. But right now, the ratio is not greater than half. It's right on the edge, so the setup is not that strong. And as you see, the setup is not that strong. Pretty cool. A lot of our setups under ideal conditions have upward of 90% accuracy as well. This is a backtest performed by volunteer members in the community. That's even cooler. Starting outside the DD band usually is an automatic sit out day. If you can find some trades in here, it's good. But other than that, yeah. How do you get access to the program, Ben? You can actually get the program and the bootcamp bundled together through this link right here. So use this link I give you really quick. So everybody in this stream is using the platform. So you have a huge community of platform users. That's kind of where our stream is. Kind of for the audience of is the platform users themselves. And we have a huge Discord community as well. The link to this, and I have a cool special going on right now. Rocket Secure, they have it at half price. Or first month to try it out. Great stream. Thank you. Oh yeah. So I've been streaming on YouTube since 2016. I've been live trading since 2010. Drop it like it's hot. Any 1 year or lifetime promo code discounts? Not at this time. We won't do a lifetime discount until roughly Black Friday. Or the bigger discount of Black Friday. We may do one in the summer, but usually once or twice a year is when we'll have a lifetime sale. It's not usually. And by the way, lifetime prices are going to go up, you guys, to $5,000. So it's $4,000 now, just hinting, it's like now or never kind of thing. Lifetime used to be $1,500 8 years ago. So every year it goes up and up and up as we build more stuff into the platform. But it should be 5,000 this year at some point. But it's low now, so. How to prepare for Monday as a newbie. So what you should do is watch 1 or 2 of the videos to get ahead, at least 1 video. This is one thing I used to teach my students. So you guys know I used to teach at University of Houston. I was teaching engineering classes. So I'm an engineering background. And I used to teach a compendium class to the undergrad class that would go side by side with the class I take with the professor. So I used to teach material science and engineering, and I used to teach fluid dynamics. And what I would teach my students is this really cool way to get ahead. The idea is that if you are listening to the professor while they're talking and then taking notes, it goes in one ear and out the other, because your brain is wired to write down what you're hearing. So you're activating a different part of your brain, which is just to convert what you hear into something you write. You're not actively storing that in long-term memory. You're actually storing that in short-term memory. And when you go to sleep that night, you'll forget everything that they said. So the idea, what I taught them, was to always stay 1 chapter ahead of the professor. So a week or 2 before class would start, you would read the chapter, and then when the professor's teaching, it's active listening. You're actually recalling information that you were trying to learn yourself. You don't have to actually figure everything out in the first chapter, but get through it so it's familiar, so that when you're going through it a second time, that you are actively recalling yourself. And if you guys have kids, I'm going to tell you, teach this trick to your kids. It's an automatic letter grade or better in their classes. You will learn so much, because when the professor's actually, or teacher's talking, you're already a step ahead of everybody. Now you're actually trying to comprehend and ask them questions, and make their time valuable to you, to ask them questions. Hey, can you answer this question for me? I was reading this last week and I have a question. Instead of like always being behind, try to be ahead. It's such a good, would I take this trade? No, I wouldn't. So to prepare for our stuff, try to get 1 video ahead, maybe 2, but at least 1. And so watching the first video before we start on Monday is great. And you might see it again on Monday, but that's how you absorb it. So then, like, if you watch it Monday, or if you watch it before Monday, then Monday comes ahead, we're talking about it. It's gonna stick in your long-term memory so much better. You were taking notes. What did you say? LOL. See, exactly. That's exactly the joke. So if you're not actively listening, you're just writing. You're not learning anything. You're actually just creating notes. And then when you go back trying to study your own notes, you'll usually sometimes struggle to remember what you're actually trying to do. You lost brain cells watching that stream? Well, there's a difference between entertainment and education. Some people want to be entertained, some people want to be educated. Different strokes for different folks. Patty says that only works if you have a teacher that teaches from the book. Yeah, that's another thing too. Depends on what you studied. You might have teachers that don't even care about the book too. That's very true. Complex of that technique helped you so much. It really did. In engineering school is so much. You had to get ahead because the classes were so brief. And the concepts were so math heavy. So like, it wasn't like the teachers just teaching. It's like a history class, right? The teacher's teaching you history, and it's so fun because you're learning as you go, and they're telling a story, and this happened and that happened. It's like, oh yeah, and you're learning and it's fun. But engineering classes, it's like extremely math heavy. They're just basically like talking about equations and writing equations on the board, not necessarily like learning conceptual stuff. To conceptualize it, you had to kind of like go off on your own and get ahead. The teachers weren't really good at like, you know, like they would like teach you how to derive the equations, like the harder math stuff in the class. They weren't really like telling a good, easy to comprehend story. So it was definitely helpful in engineering school. Get ahead. Clarity gained a lot from what you just said and journey through what you just took us through. Thanks, Bretta. Yeah, thanks, dude. Really appreciate you being here, man. It was very helpful. And once I started doing that in classes, I was just unstoppable. Like I struggled my first year of college because that's the first time I ever had to study in my entire life. You know, high school was a breeze. You know, everything in high school was a breeze. You guys know, I always tell you the story. My son is by the way in the same boat as I am. So I was learning like, you know, math at an advanced level. So by the time I was 12, I was already learning calculus from BC Calculus textbook for the math competition. So I was basically advanced as a middle schooler. And my son, he's 6 now. He's already learning algebra. Like he's basically at that next step. You know, most kids at that age are learning how to add numbers. And so he's kind of like me at that age. And you know, he's always like showing off by like, you know, he's like, what's 111 times 25? And he goes out there and, you know, writes it down and solves. He knows he's good at it and he does it. So I was like the same kind of kid. And the problem is like, once you learn stuff at a young age, then you just breeze through school because you've already learned it. And college was the first year I actually had to learn something in like, you know, 6 or 7 years. It was all new and all different. And my first year I struggled. I was like, holy shit, because I didn't know how to study. I'd never really studied before. And I realized I had like 10 different classes. I still have nightmares about it. Like I have nightmares sometimes that I'm in school, that I'm like in a class that I forgot I was even in the class and I was failing the class. It's literally a recurring nightmare I have. Because it's kind of like my freshman year. I didn't know what I completely got blindsided. I couldn't just show up to the test and get 100 like I did when I was a kid. I was like, okay, I'm going to fail college if I don't learn how to study. And so I had to actually get a tutor. It's kind of embarrassing, you know, because I didn't, and the tutor was like teaching me all this stuff. I was like, how do I study? How do I take notes? I kind of got to learn how to do this. I was like, well, you got to apply yourself. And I was like, okay. And then I ended up making straight A's after that, but I had to hire a high school kid to tutor me on how to study, not on how to learn the stuff, but how to study, like study skills. So it's kind of like a funny story because like, you know, once you get to college, your entry level engineering stuff was slightly difficult. And I was kind of like, yeah, I'll figure it out maybe. And it, like dumbass me shows up to the first test the first time, literally doing none of the homework or nothing. It was the only time I had a bad grade in all my engineering. And I got all A's pretty much after that, but very humbling at the time. When you refresh the page, Stu, just switch tickers. And it's gonna be the child charts that do that, the pop-out charts. The main chart shouldn't do that. And if you switch tickers or reload your layout, it should fix that. I know there's a bug with that thing. First year is always the hardest. Yeah, no, it was. And I was like, you know, I think my class started off with about 200 people. And by the time we graduated, there was 25 that graduated. That's how many people stayed till the end. You have that same nightmare from Calc 2. You end up cheating on an exam and pass, and that still haunts you that you cheated in college. LOL. Yeah, like I had my recurring nightmare that I have every once in a while is that I'm sitting at home and I'm like, oh my God, it's the end of the semester. And I'm like, oh, I have a math class I haven't even attended yet. And the final is next week. I haven't even been to this class once. What the hell? It happens all the time. And I wake up like sweating. It's crazy. That's kind of what it was. Such a funny. Okay. Drawing. Let's go. All right. ETF. Let's go. Story time is too long. Ready? Hold on. Wait. Y'all ready? ETF, 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 type. Yeah. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like button on the stream. Y'all know the drill. We'll start doing the drawings a little earlier too, because I know a lot of people get busy. Let's start doing them starting Monday at 11. All right, guys. You know it's the time for that hedge pressure resilience.
The hedge pressure resilience. Support in the bull zone.
ETF, let's go.
All you need and all you own. The hedge pressure resilience. Support in the bull zone. Everything rocket scooter. All you need and all you own. Rocket scooter. Rocket scooter's the best. Rocket scooter. Rocket scooter's the best. Rocket scooter, best system in the world. Rocket scooter, rocket scooter, rocket scooter.
So we got 3 days of ETF giveaway. We're gonna give away today, Monday, and Tuesday.
Best system in the world. Rocket scooter, rocket scooter, rocket scooter, rocket scooter. Best system in the world. Rocket scooter. Rocket scooter's the best. Rocket scooter. Rocket scooter's the best.
Yoda, nice. Good job. Okay, here's what we're gonna do today. I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna give away, I'm gonna pay for 5 people. 5 people's boot camps. 5. I'm giving away 5 boot camps today. 5. Okay. 5 boot camp seats for free. Welcome to the boot camp for free. Yoda win ETF for boot camp. Yoda win ETF. Yoda's here. All right. All right, guys. Okay. So I'm going to give away 5 boot camp seats. Could we start on Monday? I always do this. I always usually give away like 5 last minute. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, ready? You know what's coming up next.
Matt fires up the rocket scooter. Day trade swings like a wild commuter. Charts dance jig and stocks go higher. Resilience guides like stars, white fire.
So Mad Yoda ETF.
Price direction begins to shift.
Only if you're not already a member do I give away free boot camp.
Liquidity maps reveal the twist.
That's the trick. 49.
Market maker hands unseen by day.
All right, stop typing ETF, guys.
Just one play
You already entered.
away.
Entries are closed. 49, are you here?
Following the charts, where they
If you win, say something in chat. 49, as Jay said.
rise through the cosmic night, seeing gains in the starlit
I think I'm gonna, Jay, I'm gonna promote you to mod. Jay is so helpful in chat.
with speed of light.
You're now moderator, sir. Type in chat.
Show positional
49, where you at?
in the market jungle, swift and keen. Matt's got strategy, sharp and clean.
Appreciate your Jay's always here, throwing out some wisdom, throwing out good levels, being super helpful, man. We love Jay.
Following the charts,
Free mod. Can I be 49?
where they go.
49.
Rocket scooter rise
I didn't see 49 say anything.
cosmic night.
All right, I might have to give another one away.
Gains in the starlit light. Hidden cues in the ticker's trends. Algorithms
All right.
become
I didn't say anything.
friends.
Make it the worst time in the world to go take a piss. Love you, 40, but gotta move on. All right.
Echo of the market, certain swing.
I give away 5 bootcamp slots. We're gonna do ETF giveaway Monday and Tuesday as well. 2582 Juniper. Gotta say something in chat to claim your prize. Juniper. Oh, heyo. Okay. Here's what you need to do. All you winners. Okay. All right. Go to Discord. Go to Discord. You're not banned from Discord. How the heck would you be banned from Discord?
From the bottom, now we analyzing trends. Risk tight, stop loss, never break, never bend. Candles talking to me, I don't need new friends. Rocket scooter running plays, we ain't here to pretend. Numbers don't lie, but emotions do. Fear and greed.
THSW.
Stick to the plan, we gon' see this.
Oh, you're banned from Discord. Oh, you have issues with. Oh, you're banned from Papa Discord. That's hot. Does that work for you? Bag getting heavy, no time to waste. Rocket scooter, yeah, we set in the space. I see the breakout, volume on the rise. NQ moving, got that fire in my eyes. Never over leverage, got. Your friend told you if you take the test study stone, you have to take the test stone. That's usually the case. They don't understand the grind, only see the shine. So you took the Pepsi challenge for your count free test stone. Oh, that's hilarious. THSW, you here? Boot camp. I could download this song. It's in the song submission channel. You just go there and download it. SW, okay, awesome. Okay, send me a message in Discord. Congrats. Or send Slacks a message. Good job. You guys have free 1 month of boot camp. That's the best part. I'm giving away 5. So we're buying it for you guys. I'm literally buying it for y'all. $20 a pop. Yep. So you get 20 days of education. We start at 3:30 every day. Now today I might not be able to do. I promised you guys today I'd have another video. Alan K. But today's special. I'm out of town. And I'm actually going to go hang out with Trades by Matt in about an hour or so. So if Matt and I get to just chilling and hanging out, I might not be back to teach today's boot camp. So we might have to push boot camp start until Tuesday, but we'll see. Alan K, what's up? Welcome. Welcome to the crew, man. And usually there's people here that donate classes to y'all as well. It's been always really cool. The group pays it forward. But yeah, go to the song Finalists channel. It'll have all the songs there. You know you want the Santa Claus song. Andrew. You're already a member, Andrew. Unless there's another Andrew W. Money moves, but the mindset stay. Discipline first, that's the only way. Big wins, small wins, all gotta play. Rocket scooter up, we don't fade away. Andrew W. Andrew WK. You're religious, at least for now. What's up, Jake? You want DoorDash? We need to pay the installments, Jake. Hey, Jake, let's apply for a credit card so we can get a pizza. Yeah. Andrew is already a member. That's Andrew W. That's our Andrew W. Okay. Oh, one more drawing. Okay. I was like, there could be like 2 Andrew W's. Oh yeah, this was the remember this song?
Wake up, charts of coffee in my hand.
The budget AI Kesha.
Candles lit, green or red. I'm in the zone.
That's right.
Quick scalp moves, profits grown. Breakout hit, I'm taking the ride. Risk on lock, never slide. Algo signals, money vibe.
She turns from Kesha at the beginning to Nicki Minaj by the second verse.
Never respect the tech, I'm collecting checks. Hedge pressure hitting, I'm
Joelle, you win again. You called your name the other day.
Resilient, strong, I'm ready to take. Mental game sharp, discipline raw.
Unless if you're already a member, it doesn't apply. I think you just signed up.
Lines on the chart like
Joelle, you just signed up.
A
couple days ago.
Data-driven moves, living like lords. Rocket scooter spinning the game.
Yep.
Smart money math, we're never
Congrats,
the same. We're trading.
You won. You won last time.
Chasing no dreams, just living the scene. 1 minute chart sniper life. Trade that bag, no fear,
Hilarious.
no
Wins 2 times in a row.
Market's ours, we toast the win. Repeat tomorrow,
What's this song
let's
called?
trade again.
Matt Sniping Levels. You guys, Jake, go to the song submission channel. It's under the trading chat. These are all the songs people submitted for the contest. No, I know. No, Andrew, you're totally fine. We have like 10,000 Andrews. Slack's name is Andrew. Awesome. Yeah, I'm just randomly picking songs now. What is this one? Okay, so Juniper, THSW, L and K. We need to actually run a different one for boot camp because this is overlapping with people that are doing ETF. Joyce Fernandez. Suno, I think is what a lot of people use for AI music. Joyce. All right, so Joyce, welcome. Congrats. Joyce joining the boot camp. Go to Discord and send Slack some messages. Congratulations, Joyce. With an engineer's mind, sharp and clear, trading secrets whisper. We're glad to have you. Welcome to the community. Huge community. You guys are gonna love it. Joyce is here. She goes, Slacks, I'm here. He'll get you. Send him a message. Don't worry. We won't let you guys forget. So join our Discord and we'll get you in. Ethan, hello. What's up, man? Smirk. Smirk is a lifetime member. Smirk wrote the theme song that you hear every day when we open the stream. Smirk already has full access for life. He's a lifer. All right, let's do another one. What was another song submission you guys did? What was this one? Does my self-driven API that we've made that Python can pull levels? We don't. We haven't made that yet. Everybody's talking about that, so I can create an API y'all can tap into so that you can tie it into other platforms or other things you guys written. We haven't explored it yet. further than conceptually. We did a feasibility on that, and it's kind of hard to justify building that. A few people would use it, but it's a lot of projects. There'd be a cost to building it, and a lot of people wouldn't use it. It'd be like a thing for enthusiasts, I guess, and it would interrupt the development schedule to build it. Unless it was worth it to us monetarily, then we could pursue it and like basically hire a team and recoup our cost to build it. So an API would be useful, and we thought about building one if we ever worked with another platform. Then we'd automatically build an API, then we can create a personal API for that project. But until then, there's no project right now to make an API, even though I'd love to have one for you guys. There's some hiccups and hurdles when it comes to sharing data and exporting data, exchange-related hurdles. It's certainly doable to share our outputs to you guys, but you'd have to have like a local entitlement system or prove that you're only using it for personal use, etc. And we could do that. Are you allowed to build automated strategies on the platform? No, not at this time. Maybe one day. What is the cost? The cost would... It's not really a cost. The cost of building the project to make an API could be like a month of work or less, depending on the complexity of it. B. Garza, are you here? But also is that we'd have to like ensure that people using it were only using it for personal use. Like if you were to use our data and then resell it and create a business out of it, clearly we wouldn't be able to monitor it, and we'd get in a lot of trouble if we weren't tracking all of that stuff. So we have to build like tracking system to make sure that the throughput of the data, you aren't creating that API and then creating a platform on top of that to sell, kind of thing. The exchange is very tight about who can access derived data, which is calculations off of their data. Here, but already a member? Yes, you are. That's right. I knew that. All right. Boot camp. One more person. This is like Night at the Roxbury music. These are all y'all's finalists. I'm just throwing through some random ones here. Good job, Victor. DG Trades.
Climb the mountain high, pivot points. Mapping out the peaks and joints.
Sorry, Victor. Right on, buddy. Good job. Send Andrew, send Zach a message.
Find your path, don't delay. Rocket scooter takes the stage. Map the math with
Good job, guys.
spins the page.
Okay, 5 new faces of the boot camp. Everyone else, $20 Monday. It starts, it's 20 days, $20. That's it. And there's no extra cost unless you stay for the second month. It's $20 a month. And every month is different. It adds a little bit to it because the market conditions change. Here we go. Oops. Yoda, send me a message. That way I get you your ETF stuff. Awesome, guys. Congratulations. Let's get back to the market. Oh, we guys have fun here. Nice. What is actually going on today? Another DD band bounce? Nope, we're still sitting there at the level. See, days like this, it's just like I'm glad I'm not having any risk on the table, you know? I had a good trading day today. What was it, 5,800? Whatever we added up right here. Can I make this dark mode here? 5800. GG, baby. Oh, today's payout day with Tradeify, isn't it? You know what I'm gonna do next week? Is Apex still having their 80 or 90% off sale? I thought about this. What I might actually do for you guys. I'm gonna do giveaways every single day. That's my new thing I'm gonna do. I should proceed now. Go to Discord and message Slacks. Go to our Discord and message Slacks. Or post and ask for help, and he'll give you access to your bootcamp. Apex 80% right now. What if next week, if they still had 80% after we do the ETFs, I'll give away like 10 Apex accounts, or like maybe 20 to like a random viewer. How's that sound? If I just bought like 20 Apex accounts and just gave it to one person, like a full 20. How would I do that? How would I buy an account to give away to people? I gotta figure out how to do it. Logistically, I'll figure it out. I just gave away 20 accounts to somebody. Apex don't pay. I finally got my Apex payout, finally, after 3 months. Be right back. Yeah, I'll call customer support. Maybe they can help. That's so funny. That's another inside joke, because we called customer support for Apex pretty much every day for a week here. Thanks. Yeah, of course, Joyce. Love to have you. Welcome to the boot camp. Price action is ruthless. Not giving us anything fun to play with today. I reached the Discord page. I'll go here. Hold on. This is the link. Oh crap, I got Pickle with me. So I'm about an hour, actually. I'm going to head out and go out to Trades by Matt's new office. Go check it out. His new office he's building. Every time I come to Austin, or anytime I go to a different city, I always visit my trading friends. I see what's up. So if I ever come to your city, arrange a meetup or something, let me know if you guys ever do anything. I am going to be in Miami probably next month for Ultra, wherever it's at. I think it's next month. Has to give me a tour of his new facility. I think he's building something like a big trading office with all kind of stuff. You know, he made that trading platform. Excited to see it. It's still in construction, so he's gonna give me a tour. Wait, Ultra's in like a couple weeks, isn't it? I have to ask iDoc. She played it a lot. New York. Yeah, we'll go to New York sometimes. Are you friends with Matt? Matt, I'm friends with all the Matts. There's a million of them. Live stream on Matt's office visit. Well, it might be proprietary. Like I said, I'll when I get there, I'll ask him. I'll ask him if he'll let me take a picture to leak it, but I'm sure he will say no. He's building something super awesome. It's still under construction, so I get to go walk around and check it out. It's gonna be cool. So I don't trade ranges, 40 point and key range. I do trade ranges, I do. But right now there's not a good trading setup. Everything's kind of on the fence here. Do I trade Russell as well? On occasion, I do. Supposed to report back to you in iDoc about the blueberry facial. Definitely worth the add-on to the grooming service. Nova smelled like a flower for like 3 days. That was kind of funny because we almost contemplated doing it. We went and got our dog groomed. They had like a blueberry facial service. But anyways, I got Pickle with me, so when I go, Matt and I are gonna go check out the office and just chill, and we might just hang out the afternoon and do whatever. It's kind of like a cold front in Austin. I was hoping we could probably go out and like do something chill, play some golf, do something. I don't know. But we were actually just like, let's just go get some beers and just chill and hang out or whatever. I'll Pickle with me. I go to a patio bar. It's Austin. Everywhere in Austin is dog friendly. What am I even thinking about? Beer and steak. So Tess, I do trade ranges. Nice little pump in price. Dude, it's just bouncing between these two key levels. Liquidity pocket, yes. Resilience, no. This market's just hating where it is right now. It's debating on it. Is it gonna, are we dying today or are we rallying today? I'm gonna tell you, if I were to guess, I think that we end up slightly higher on this than where we are now. Like maybe slightly higher, like maybe up into here, but no breakout rallies today for sure. I think we might maybe end up like maybe here at this 900s level, but I'm not betting on it. I think we might end up like that. It's not gonna be a big breakout move for sure. Ooh, 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 ooh. You need me to ask something and my girl will do it for you. Post it here next chat. Okay. Questionable that I'm agreeing to something and I don't know what it is, but I'll agree to it. She's game for anything. Lift off a little bit of move there. Yeah, this is good. Nice little 30, 40 point rips off of this. Honestly, the reason I don't want to do anything here yet, even though I can do liquidity pockets every single time, I've already made the trade a couple of times, and I really don't want to do anything until the conditions improve. 19,900 close today, but you're done trading. I think so too. I think you're onto something. I think what we get very close to this MHP. Yeah, I do think we end up somewhere in here today. What is my favorite thing to do besides math and programming and trading? I play guitar. I am a practicing yogi, going on 10 years. I'm actually certified to teach yoga. I don't do it, but I could if I wanted to. I garden. I grow vegetables and like I cook, I grill, I cook anything. I'm a chef on the side. I grow all my own stuff. I read a lot. I party a lot. So every week or two I'll be out, you know, something fun, parties, clubs, whatever. I have a very fun, interesting life. Can I go veggies in my new place? Yes. And we have a yard finally, like our new place. I used to have all my garden on my rooftop in my house. I used to have this tall, like skinny 4-story house in the city. You know, they have these big old townhomes that kind of go up like a little big spiral staircase that goes all around. And they had this on the 4th floor. I had a rooftop deck that used to have my garden on it. And it was nice for the city. But now our house has a yard, which is great. And in the backyard, which is kind of like this sized, there's a gate there and a gate there. And so I'm thinking about building, like my garden is currently right here. And we need to make a little patch for pickle. The air conditioner's here, and I'm thinking about making a little patch for pickle here. I'm thinking about turfing all of this, except for like a little poop patch for pickle and a little area for my garden. So over here, I'm growing like stuff. It's about a third of the size of my other garden. I used to have like 70 things that I grew. So I can do about 20 things here in this space, unless I want the whole backyard to be garden. So I'm doing this year. I'm kind of trimming down just the essentials. Last year I grew 8 different kinds of lettuce, probably I think 10 different kinds of peppers, 2 different kinds of tomatoes, cucumbers, 2 different kinds of squash. I grew Brussels sprouts. I did artichokes. I did strawberries, herbs. I did every major herb you can think of: thyme, rosemary, oregano, sage, dill, fennel, lemongrass. So now I'm doing like the essentials. I've got my oregano, thyme, rosemary, sage, dill. Those are my essentials. They're the ones I always cook with. IDOC always makes pickles, so like that's why we named our dog Pickle, but that's also why like I grow dill and stuff. And then I'm not doing like 10 different kinds of peppers. I'm only doing a handful. I'm doing sweet and hot bananas this year. I'm doing Anaheims, jalapenos, and serranos. Basically the stuff just sweet, because I have limited space. I'm only doing the essentials this year. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Do you grow your own oregano? Yes, oregano. And not oregano in quotes either, like the real oregano for spices. I don't grow the other kind of oregano. Although I'd probably be pretty good at it. I do have a green thumb. Yoga is the best thing you've done in your life, Avnish. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, dude, I practice traditional vinyasa style variant of that. How much has yoga improved your life? Oh, it's insane. The difference. It's by far the reason I'm still alive today. My blood pressure is through the roof. My health was crazy. Like if y'all got this LP trade, congratulations. That was an amazing trade set up there. Did anybody trade LP on this? I didn't take it, even though the setup was great to take. I just didn't take it. I'm pretty much done for the day. But yeah, no, yoga as far as like adding to my workout regime, like I work out every single day. Adding yoga to that is a great, it's a different kind of workout. It's good though. It's really good. It makes your body strong. Like your whole body is strong. Your breathing is better. Your blood pressure goes down. Do I fish? Yeah, I do fish. I'm a Texas boy. I grew up fishing. I love to fish. I'll fish anytime we go. My brother and I go out and do little boat fishing every once in a while when he comes to town. Ever made a pizza and grilled on a campfire atop of Mountain Sierras while practicing it? Dude, no, but Triff, that sounds like a freaking heaven on earth kind of thing. If I do yoga and I check out Sadhguru, okay, I should. Went to load a bowl, Jay, and missed out on this. Damn, bro. I know, right? It moved pretty quick, but that was a good scalp if anybody caught it. Cilantro. Oh yeah, I do have cilantro and parsley as well. What is space buckets? They're dope. Okay. What am I looking up? DIY indoor gardening. Oh, dude, grow lamps with LEDs. Whoa. Okay. Oh, I see. So it's a ventilate. Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, it's a ventilated enclosed garden with lights on the inside of a bucket. Do I play electric guitar? I do electric and acoustic. I've got a bunch of guitars. Um, I have a Ibanez Prestige is the main electric guitar I shred on right now, and it's a 6 string, but I have B tuned strings on it, so it's tuned like it's like the bottom 6 strings of a 7 string guitar, so it's a chunk 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 that 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 gent sound they call it, chunk 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 chunk. So I play a lot of metal and stuff. Yeah, it's weird, right? I listen to metal. I do yoga. I garden. I do bottle service. My life just doesn't follow any. I don't really like have like a. I'm just kind of like a patchwork of like a million different things. Cilantro, cinnamon, and pineapple on a green chili pizza. Hold on, Trev. Let me wrap my head around this. Cilantro and cinnamon. So those two spices go together because that's those are central flavors in pho, which is Vietnamese. Cilantro and cinnamon are both go very well together. Now pineapple, any kind of citrus again is components of pho. So that does actually sound like it wouldn't be too bad. Be honest, that was your community poll. Oh my god, the freaking accuracy police on Twitter. I know. I was like, look how beautiful the pool is. And then everyone was like, that's not your pool. That's an apartment pool. That's the YMCA pool. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, people. Our neighborhood has a pool. Yeah. Our little gated community pool. The people were so funny on Twitter about it. Market grabbing liquidity to the upside while Trump is talking tariffs. Interesting. Yep, exactly. The Prestige is nice. Yeah, I do. I always wanted one when I was a kid and I could never afford it. And so I had an Ibanez RX. I think my first guitar was an RX 160. An entry level Ibanez guitar. It had a dual humbucker one, and it was like a couple singles. It was not a bad guitar to start with, but I always wanted a Prestige with like the locking nuts and all that, and I never could afford one until I got older. And when I finally found one, I found it used, and I got it, and it was a black super. It was gorgeous looking guitar, so it's fun to jam on. But I put it on, and I put on the for that guitar is dropped for straight up metal. So it's great for shredding if you're a metal guitarist. The Martin DM15, yeah, the Martin's great. Somebody said gent, yeah. B strings on a 6-string guitar, so it doesn't have the high E or anything. It goes B to B. Your dad takes his boat to Galveston and goes deep sea fishing with your uncles. Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, that's what we do when my brother comes to town. We go out and head out in Galveston. So I'm an introvert pretty much, yeah. Do you find sweeter people in a metal show than in a Taylor Swift show? You really will, dude. I feel like Taylor Swift show is a bunch of like toxic parents like fighting each other over the last t-shirt. Metalheads will open the door for you when you walk by and say please and thank you. Metalheads have manners. It's so interesting. If you guys ever meet people that, it's like funny, like when you were a kid, you know, metalheads always look the scariest, but they're always like the nicest, sweetest people. You know, like Corpse Grinder, right? The lead singer of Cannibal Corpse. He has an Instagram where him and his wife, it's like they're shopping at Target, buying Legos. It's like such a normal family. And then their, you know, dad is the singer of like one of the most famous death metal bands out there. And he's like, so I'm buying the double ply toilet paper for like 40% off. I have a coupon. And just like, dude, y'all have to go see Corpse Grinder on his Instagram page. It's so funny. He's like a normal dude you would want to hang out with. Great run up on this long, by the way. Just like a big goofball. It's kind of fun. You go to Galveston, and you want to go to Galveston and Cinnamon as a relative to Texas. Where's Cinnamon? That's a city in Texas? It's a generation 80s, 90s kids with more manners. Yeah, that's true. That's the generation. Going to a metal mosh pit and you'll meet the nicest people. While they're punching you in the back of the head and kicking you in the stomach. They will, anytime somebody actually gets hurt in a mosh pit, people usually stop and they're like, "Are you okay? You okay? Come on, let's go. Here, drink a beer. It'll rub it off." I've got nailed in mosh pits pretty hard sometimes. Hardest mosh pit I've ever been in my entire life was the Pantera White Zombie concert in the 90s. That was some hard metal pit. Pantera, that was it. Straight up. It doesn't get any more hardcore than Pantera pit, man. These guys are nuts. Rammstein, I've always wanted to see. I've actually never seen them. I've always wanted to see them though. They put on a crazy awesome show. I've seen videos of it. The pyrotechnics and all the stuff. It's insane that Rammstein has had their same lineup all these years. Seen Cannibal Corpse with Meshuggah? Ooh, yeah. Real metalheads take care of people when they get down. Yeah. My mom, it's funny, when I used to go to shows, my mom used to like hate me going by myself because she didn't want me to get hurt. So my sweet old mom would go over and sit at the bar. She'd take me and my friends. We're like 13 years old. She'd take us to like a guar show or something. And she'd take us to the little club in Houston that they were playing at. And she'd sit at the bar while we're down in the pits. And then we come back like bruised and bloody and covered in fake bloods and slime and feathers because guar shows would just like drench you in nasty stuff. And we would come back and I was like, "Did y'all have a good time?" And we're like, "Yeah, we had a good time." They had busted lips and stuff, you know. It was so funny. So my mom was super cool like that. I saw guar. I've seen guar like 8 times back in the day. We used to go every single time they come. It was such a fun show as a kid. You'll feel that the pyro in a Rammstein show. I've seen it. It looks super cool. You could feel it in the audience, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here in just a little bit. I guess I'll take Pickle with me. Falling in Reverse, Pyro is good. I really like them a lot. I went to a concert. I went to see Amberlin a couple months ago, which is really fun. It was Amberlin and Thursday and a bunch of like those kind of bands. They're all playing together. Alexis on Fire, I think, was there. Who all was there? Thrice was there, I think. All those bands. It was like a little y'all threw it together. But it was yeah. But it wasn't but because Stephen Christian took a hiatus from the band to focus on his church stuff. So it was Amberlin with Maddie Mullins. When you saw him, Josh, was it with Maddie or was it before with Steven? I've seen him with Steven plenty of times and he puts on such a good show, but dude, Maddie was fucking fire, man. Maddie's good though. I like that guy a lot. But it's not like, and they have some new songs that they wrote with him and it's a whole different sound for them, but I like it. It's not traditional sound for those guys, but the new stuff is good. Like Walk Alone with Maddie Mullins is like a straight up banger, dude. I love that song. But not the same feel, but energy's definitely there. It's a different style. I dig it. You're playing a festival soon with Steven? Oh yeah, I heard about that. He can't give up, dude, because like he's the reason that they like his sound and the energy that like he's the band. But you met Dustin, your cousin. It's in a Bible study small group for a while. Oh, nice. Warp Tour. You went to a few Warp Tours and Ozfest in your day. Yep. Warp Tour, Ozfest. We had one called Buzz Fest, which is kind of like alternative rock. Yeah, I went to a lot of Warp Tours. If you open a trading themed bar lounge in Denver, will I come? Oh, dude, I love Denver. Hell yeah. All right, so set up today, we're in illiquidity pocket. DD ratio is now 76. The market just suddenly turned bullish at the end. The reason we don't short below the bands because 92% of days will close in this green area right here. We also open below the orange. So under ideal conditions, which conditions are improving. Under ideal conditions, 90% of days will close below that orange as well. So we're kind of like sandwiched between here and here. That's why we didn't short down here. I was thinking about taking the long, but I was too busy talking to you guys and doing the giveaways. But all the setup was there to take the long. I just feel distracted, so I didn't do it. DD ratio greater than half. There to there is about a 90% setup. I was waiting for the conditions to improve, so I would only hit it with a small trade anyways, with resilience less than 0. As we know, the liquidity pocket, any zone-based trades will supersede resilience-based, but it looks like we are filling the gap. And that's probably that high peak for the day before the market does correct a little bit. But either case, I think I'm going to call it, guys. I love you guys. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to go hang out with Tradesman Matt. I'll send him your love and regards. And until then, I'm going to go and chill and see y'all later. If I'm back by 3:30 today, I will do a Zoom call. We need to do the Zoom call. If not, you guys can watch the Trader Funding Program one without me, and then you guys should be fine. And we'll do it Monday, and we'll postpone until Tuesday, the new start. Okay. All right. We will see y'all later. Love you guys. Have a good one, and have a lovely afternoon. Adios. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to sub to the channel because we'll be live every single day, doing giveaways every single day.